Welcome to another Patreon video. I appreciate all of our Patreons very much so. Thank you very much for supporting the Consciousness Awake channel on YouTube. This is definitely probably one of the best ways to do that. And in this video, I want to talk about some of the fears associated with astral projection and getting out of body, having your own consciousness exploration experiences, if you're trying to do them intentionally, or if you become consciously aware enough during a spontaneous out-of-body experience so that you can have a full memory recall of it. So there's a couple ways to have them. Of course, there's some other ways too, but those are the most common ones. Through meditation or through just spontaneous activity. Throughout my life, I mean, I'm in my early 40s currently, and I've been having out-of-body experiences since I was, really young, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. Little did I understand, at that time what was happening to me in my own experience here in this physical reality of my consciousness. But once I got into my teenage years, got a little older, a little more experienced, started to realize that some of my friends, all of my friends, and immediate family members, definitely were not lucid dreaming. They were definitely not astral projecting or having, out-of-body experiences at all. A lot of my siblings, actually all of my siblings, don't even remember their dreams, just their regular dreams each morning. It's just black for them. So, I had really no one to really connect to or relate to, but luckily, as I got a little older, 18, 19, 20, 21, I was an adult and had my own vehicle and could go research things, can go meet with shaman, go meet with other people who are into astral projection and learn from them, kind of connect the dots. And then also, as I got into my 20s, I realized just how powerful and how real and magical and special, and how much of a really amazing art form it is to do meditation process, astral projection techniques, etc., and to explore consciousness, for yourself. Because I could sit here on Patreon or my YouTube videos and talk about it all I want. But if no one's actually had their own unique experience with consciousness shifting, into these other planes of the dimensions, then you're only going to take away so much just from me talking about it. So again, this Patreon and the YouTube channel, obviously, for many years to come, as I progress with what I'm building here and doing, more and more techniques and all kinds of things coming down in the future. So let's get back. Let's focus on the purpose of today's Patreon video. So in today's video, I want to talk about the fear associated with astral projection and getting out of body. I also want to talk about, we'll go over that, and then we'll also talk about there's many different ways to balance out the fear associated with astral projection with different techniques and mentalities and willpowers, but I'll just go over one of them, which I would consider as a important habit, just a day-to-day natural mentality. Utilizing your own awareness and your own mentality, your own consciousness day to day to to do things, especially energetically, like astral shielding, for example, or shielding your multiple energy bodies while you sleep, while your human body's awake, you're going to work and stuff like that. We're going to kind of talk about that too. So first, let's talk about fear, anxiety, associated with getting out of body. So a lot of people just naturally are scared to separate from their physical body because it feels like they're dying. It's a scary feeling. Other people are scared of demonic entities, or it's maybe some kind of being or entity trying to hijack your physical body while you're out of your body. There's those kinds of mentalities and fears, things that lead to fears. There's many different reasons why people get anxiety or fear when it comes to trying to do astral projection. And also it comes from just little tiny experiences. Like a lot of people have kind of like semi-astral projection experiences or semi-OBE experiences, or maybe really brief, short ones. Or they just get caught up in the sleep paralysis phase, and their awareness and consciousness is just awake enough, alert enough in that moment to experience the vibrational state and the crazy sounds and noises you can hear, the train sounds, jumbo jet engine sounds coming through, hearing voices, all kinds of things knocking on the walls and the doors. Very interesting stuff. And you, of course, just randomly would hear some of your spirit guides speaking to you in those moments, because when you are in that moment, your spirit guides know. They know you're in a moment where you're in that kind of a mind awake, consciousness awake, body asleep phase, and that when you're not supposed to be alert and aware, you're supposed to be in just an unconscious state, sleeping, or in a dream, or distracted with a dream simulation, while your body's sleeping. I understand when people just have a couple experiences with getting out of body, or you're almost doing an OBE exit, and you're hearing all the vibrational sounds, the frequencies shifting and changing, and all of that. It could be overwhelming for somebody. Like one of my friends said that when they were getting out of body once, they were about to pop out, and they thought their water heater just exploded, through the ceiling. It was, and then it just totally distracted them, and it gave them actually fear and panic, thinking that something like that really happened, and they, fully reintegrated back into their physical body to become consciously aware in their human body to check out what the noise was. Of course, the water heater didn't go off. It's just that there's a lot of when the vibrations are changing, frequencies are changing around you during a consciousness shift episode, or that moment where you're shifting consciousness awareness into a different frequency. You're going to hear a lot of stuff, and sometimes you don't. I made a post about some of the noises associated with going OBE into your etheric body, into the real time zone overlay or simulated copy of this physical reality, where you move around like a ghost, like you're invisible in the physical. And you'll hear like insect sounds, buzzing sounds, fly sounds, bee buzzing sounds, around your head, around your ears, auditorily, for a few seconds as you're popping out of body into the etheric body. And then when you are just for whatever reason just totally moving through that etheric layer, but moving consciousness into more of an integration into your astral body, astral layers, and right as you're doing an OB exit, you'll hear like the sounds of the ocean, sounds of the tide, wind, music, music very much so, certain tones, things like that. And so, yeah, so it's very interesting. So it can be overwhelming. And then, of course, we have astral spiders. There's these spiders. I'm not sure if they're astral and etheric, but they can move interdimensionally. So the spider-like entities, kind of blobby, but spider-like, I've encountered them. I've had my own experiences with them. I know they're real. And other people experience them too. You have to realize that life feeds on life, right? It's just the way life is. The different levels of consciousness, the different levels of different dimensions, different levels of consciousness. The life feeds on life, something feeding energetically on something below it. It's just the process of how the multiverse functions. So we have insects and things in our physical world, in this physical density of matter that, feed off of people, or, mosquitoes sucking our blood, all this kinds of stuff, right? So it's just a natural thing. These spider-like entities, or, critters, or however you want to explain it, they're just doing what they're doing. Now, they're only going to feed on certain people when there's a really good attraction energetically to that. So when a person's energy bodies aren't doing too well, or if their energy bodies have like tears in them, or seepage of energy, like it's just seeping out. Sometimes, like sharks in an ocean smelling a drop of blood in the water and then attracting to that scent of that blood in the ocean. The sharks can realize through their senses that there's blood in the water, over like a mile away, and they can just go to wherever that is. So it's kind of a similar thing. So these astral, let's just call them astral spiders, critters. Some are smaller and some are really big, really big. They're only getting attracted to certain people. So if you're getting out of body and right in that moment, you're consciously aware, you're shifting into your etheric body or your astral body, and you see, at first you just kind of see this dark kind of blob of a entity just off to the corner of the room, or it could be right in front of you. And then as you notice it more, you'll notice like tentacles and spider-like limbs. Just because it's there doesn't mean it's there to harm you. I mean, it can be just passing through that vicinity, that location at that time. It could be just somewhat checking you out for whatever reason, but, if you are really, just a good positive kind of minded kind of person, positive energy, trying to help other people, thinking about other people more than yourself, trying to live a good life, being honest, all those kinds of things. And you're growing spiritually, energetically, and understanding how your energy bodies are and how they function and operate, your auric field. You're just kind of getting into all this stuff. They can check you out, but that doesn't mean that they're actually feeding on you or trying to harm you in any way. So we have to realize that. So just because you see something, 1 out of 3, OB exit opportunities, or 1 out of 10 opportunities, and you see something like that, don't assume that astral spider, for example, is trying to feed on you or is doing anything to you. Now, if you do feel threatened, remember, you are more powerful than the astral spiders or any other shadow person or negative kind of being, or something that you just get a negative vibe from. You are more powerful. Your soul, your consciousness, while in this human experience, in this human body, your soul in your consciousness is more powerful than just about anything out there multidimensionally in the multiverse. And just as strong or more powerful, bottom line. And so in those moments, if you do feel threatened, don't reintegrate your consciousness right back into your human body because you're scared. Instead, stand up to it, or just move past it and leave the home while out of body and go out into the backyard or street or somewhere else and just leave that area. You'll notice that the spider will not follow you. You know what I mean? So just move away from that area. Take advantage of your OBE opportunity to get further away from your physical body and to experience something new and start understanding just kind of the overall structure, the complex, a large structure of the etheric plane as it goes into the astral realm. And navigating that and experiencing that. So once you get 100 feet, a few hundred feet away from your physical body, you're totally fine. And for the most part, so don't give fear energy to any like particular shadowy, blobbish thing or anything that might scare you, or an astral spider, any of those things. Just move past it. But one good thing to do, though, is astral shielding. So what astral shielding is a way to live. It's a mentality. It's the way you use your energy, your intentions, your willpowers. So the best thing is, if you're meditating at least 10 to 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes preferably, you're doing it, let's say, before you go to bed at night, or you're doing it at 4:30, 5 a.m. in the morning. During your meditation practice, as you're relaxing, breathing, just instill a shield around your energy bodies, around your auric field. There's different ways of doing it. It's really about the magic of it is just through the mind, through your thoughts and intentions. Because you're manifesting what you're thinking, especially when you're dealing with out-of-body stuff. You're manifesting what your thoughts and emotions are, right? So just as you're breathing, relaxing, or before trying to get out of body, just imagine a perfect spherical, shield of whatever you want, whatever color, material. If you just want it as like water's good. A layer of water is awesome. It's what I use sometimes. And so it's really individualized. So it's a matter of honing in onto what you really like, for you, not what somebody else is telling you to do. So you do whatever protection, a visualization of what kind of protection field or shielding you want to instill in your daily routines. Now, the important thing, though, is that things dissipate in the astral realms. Thoughts, you manifest something, you create something, it's there for a little bit, but then it starts losing energy there because you're dealing with something more energetic, not as much matter-based as here. And so that's why you have to make a habit of it. But what it ultimately does is that when you do that, some sort of shielding technique, or if you want to call astral shielding, you're also building your internal confidence levels with your own self. So when you're getting out of body, you're just naturally feeling more confident and like you're more protected, and just the thought and the vibe of that within itself goes a tremendous way, a very long way, as you get more out of body, more astral projections. And also the other thing too is just with time and experiences, as you just do it more, you naturally navigate these different non-physical environments and how you function in these other energy bodies and function with other beings and function with this and this and that, So with anything in life, experience is the most essential thing. And when it comes to growing spiritually or exploring your own consciousness and doing what we're talking about in these videos, the true power comes from just having one experience, then another experience, and then a third, and a fourth, and a fifth. and you learn kind of on your own too, kind of like me. I've most of the stuff that I've learned is just from my own experiences from out of body. And that's very valuable to me, and it means everything to me. It might not mean anything to other people. People have talked negative things to me about my spiritual belief structures, which again I base on my own OBEs, my own astral projection experiences. But I don't pay attention to it. I don't feed into it. I don't care. If other people want to be closed-minded, that's their path. That's the path that they want to run for themselves. If it conflicts with yours, then do what you need to do to get rid of, to let go and get rid of those kinds of people. All right, well, I'm going to keep this at 20 minutes. I don't want to make it too long. But hopefully it touched on a few things there. Hopefully it was helpful. Like the video if you thought it was informative and helpful. And until next week, look forward to doing another Patreon video very soon. And also with my YouTube videos, going to get more into rhythm and uploading every couple days or something like that. All right, now that I have more time away from work and some other family stuff. All right, talk to you soon. Love you guys. Peace.